Welcome everybody to a very special video. This is the start of something new. On this channel, guys, usually not talking about video games, but that's changing today, and I've got a very special guest to help me do it. I'm Cody, sitting here with Lorenzo. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm pretty good, man.
Dude, you're looking good. Your hair's looking
It's gonna
good.
be funny. This is gonna be a
Um,
face reveal for me because I've never shown my face on my channel. So if
wow,
any
this is exciting. Face
if any of my
reveal.
subscribers care to find out what I look like, they can do it through here.
Dude, this is perfect, right? So I wanted to there's this hole in my heart, right? Because back in the day, I wanted to talk about video games. It's kind of how I started doing this content thing. Eventually, video games oversaturated, maybe you could say. So started doing the comic book stuff, but it's always been a love of mine, right? So I want to get back to it, and I'm really glad I got Lorenzo. Lorenzo Talks on YouTube here with me. Dude, real quick, just because people might not know you, dude, I just want to give you a chance to, just shout out what do you do here on YouTube? What kind of content do you make? Maybe what's one a recent video if someone were to see what you're all about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly all about games, although sometimes I do film reviews too. It's just kind of whatever I'm limited to talk about. But it's either like video essays on certain topics that I can't stop thinking about that like I just need to like talk about in some manner, or I'll do actual reviews of films that I think like are really worth watching and are worth checking out, or reviews of games that I either think are really worth checking out or I just have a lot of opinions on. So two of my most recent videos were a review of Sinners, which came out I think about like 2 months ago at this point, and then it was a video talking about my top 10 favorite indie games that I saw at PAX East 2025. But then also, I have some reviews of like the video I'm most proud of is my longest video. It's a review of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which took a lot of time. That's a 100-hour game, so I did at least 100 hours of playing it, and then like an extra 10, 15 hours of writing and recording and editing the video. But yeah, so that's mainly what I'm about.
Yeah, dude. So listen, I love it. I always and I told this to Lorenzo too. When we were hanging out at PAX, he mentioned the PAX video. Uh, I was telling Lorenzo that I always appreciate that, someone who can edit really well and then someone who can write really good scripts, really compelling scripts. Because you guys know me here on the channel. If you watch the rest of Cody Collects type of content, I really do just plop down in front of a camera and start talking. So always have a deep appreciation for someone who uses that noggin of theirs to get their ideas out into the world. So yeah, dude, definitely check out. Lorenzo's got some great video essays on Sinners, like he said. Nosferatu, I love that one.
That was a great
Yeah,
movie.
dude, a lot of video games, a lot of movie stuff. But so that's kind of who we are, what we're about. But I guess my idea for the next topic is kind of just talk about what this show, what people might expect in each single episode. I guess I'll start and then I'll throw it to you. Share ideas for maybe the show, kind of what the vibe is. So I would like to talk about like retro stuff as well
Mm-hmm.
as the new up to date type of stuff. So I figured maybe like a half and half sort of split. I don't know if it'll end up being exactly that, but yeah, I know that Lorenzo is a very nostalgic kind of guy. I mean, going back and doing like old Sonic videos and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I figured Lorenzo would be the perfect co-host for this nostalgic, but also kind of nowadays type of video game show, dude. So that's kind of my idea for it. I don't know. Do you have anything else to
I
add?
mean,
I guess.
that's a good point. I'm playing through Sonic Heroes right now and Silent Hill
Yeah.
4. I think both of those games
Right.
came
Right.
out before like 2006, and yeah, I could spend an hour talking about just those two. Um, but yeah, just that, or like just any particular topics that are near and dear to our hearts, like
Mm,
our top three like best like classic gaming memories, like the most
right.
exciting moments from games that came out before like 2010. Things that were like just blew us away.
Right.
Hmm.
Because I know I don't know, I feel like I just get the sense that we're very similar kind of people, but maybe I'd be interested in kind of our different upbringings, right? Like it sounds like maybe you were a Nintendo, maybe more of a Nintendo kid growing
Yeah,
up, for example.
definitely.
Maybe we'll get into that at some point.
Yeah.
Whereas I was like a PlayStation kid growing up, right? So I think this is gonna be fun, guys. Memory card, talking about video games, my good friend Lorenzo. But in this episode, we're talking about the Summer Games Fest. We're gonna have a big section on that because that's something that happens every year. Jeff likes to go crazy doing all the announcements. Xbox doing some announcements as well as PlayStation. And then we're going to get into kind of what we're playing. I think we're going to be doing that probably every episode
Mhm.
if we're doing this monthly. I would love to hear updates on what Lorenzo's been playing, what he's liking, what he's maybe disliking. I don't
It
know.
should
And
hopefully
then,
update every month. I tend to. It takes me a while to finish some
right,
games.
yeah, and that's the other thing too is as someone who reads a lot of comics, obviously for my other stuff, movies and stuff, you try to sprinkle in. Video games have been something that I'm trying to get more into, and I think that this is kind of the most exciting time to get back into gaming. One of the most exciting times, got the Switch 2 launch and all that stuff. So that's something else we want to talk about in this episode. And yeah, I think we're also going to end this by asking each other a question. But in the future, it'd be really cool if we get some viewer questions. So if you guys have any questions, nostalgia, retro, anything you guys want to ask me and Lorenzo, the floor is yours, and we'll be sure to get to it in a future episode. But that's kind of what I got planned for this one. We kind of planned out the Summer Games Fest, Switch 2 so far. What do we plan? And then just like a general question, a surprise question from the both of us. So how's that sound, dude? Sound pretty good?
Are you asking me or are you asking our viewers?
I guess both. I guess both.
So, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so we're going to be
So
talking about Summer Game Fest, the
yeah,
PlayStation
yeah,
State of Play, or I think it was the PlayStation State of Play. I know they do something called the
I think
PlayStation. It
so.
was a State of Play. I think they saved the showcase for
Yeah,
like their first party titles, and then
that's like the big ones.
yeah, so
Yeah.
then there was the Xbox showcase. Those are like the three main. PC Gamer had a show. I think Devolver Digital has one every year. I didn't catch those, but I didn't hear anything super crazy from those. But also we'll keep our we'll make sure to keep our announcements pretty limited because otherwise this is going to go on for over 2 hours.
Yeah, I think that I was asking Lorenzo maybe how many games per showcase we kind of want to go back and forth with. And Lorenzo did a great breakdown right there. So we got the Summer Games Fest, like the main show. PlayStation had a state of play, and then the Xbox showcase. So I think we're gonna do three per.
Yes.
So just going back and forth, just talking about some of the games that we liked that were revealed. Which one do you want to start with? I'll throw it to you. Like we said, we got the three. We got the Summer Games
We'll
Fest,
go.
the
Yeah.
PlayStation, or the
We'll
Xbox.
go in order of when they aired. So I think
Okay,
the PlayStation Showcase was first. I think Summer
I
Game
think
Fest
so.
was two
Yep.
days after, and I think the Xbox Showcase is like a week after. So yeah, we'll start with PlayStation. So
Okay,
uh,
cool. So PlayStation first, dude.
you are welcome to start with your first title. Otherwise, I got mine ready to go.
Oh, dude. Okay. All right. So PlayStation. I guess just in general, maybe I'll ask you, what were your kind of actually? You know what? Before we even get to any of the showcases, the thing I want to ask you about is kind of like your experience from back in the day watching like E3. Like, is
Oh,
this summertime like an exciting time for you? Because growing up for me, I was like, dude, E3 is like the time to be a games fan,
oh,
right?
dude, E3 was like Christmas. Sometimes it
Right.
was like mediocre Christmas where you get some real big disappointments or shows that would go on for too long, or every single Xbox show having the tagline exclusive world premiere. And then it's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
and sometimes it just didn't feel like they were exclusive world premieres, but they use that tagline on every single possible announcement. Yeah, they still do it, and it's kind of
They
nostalgic at this
still
point.
do it. Yep.
But
Yep. Yep.
yeah, no, I miss E3, even though like E3 had its big issues, and I know E3 had its whole controversy with like the actual show and stuff, and Jeff
Right.
Keighley went on a crusade to destroy it or whatever happened with that. I don't know, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I love like the summertime where everyone just decides, yeah, let's just show everything we got. I love it. I'll always
It's
love it.
cool,
Yeah,
right?
I'll always love it.
Yeah, and there were a couple years there as E3 was kind of dying off. I mean, you got COVID and all that stuff, and then Jeff trying to start up the Summer Games Fest. It was
Yes.
kind of like this weird transition period where in the summer we didn't really have like that sort of excitement that we were used to for
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
years.
It
Um,
definitely feels a little different because E3 was much more defined, but it definitely changed once Sony like quit E3. I think
right.
2017 or 18 was the first year they just stopped going entirely. And then yeah, at that point it just like slowly died. And then yeah,
Yep.
but it's
Yep.
we
Yep.
still got equivalents. It's close enough. Like Summer Games Fest is a pretty close enough replacement that I can live with it.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, they're kind of carrying the
Yeah.
torch. But yeah, dude, I think that's a perfect place to leave that. Should we just get into it, dude? The PlayStation. You said you want me to go
Well,
first.
before we go,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was your overall impression of the PlayStation Showcase?
So of the PlayStation 1, I got to say this one to me wasn't a ton that spoke to me. Like as I was going through trying to pick my three games from the PlayStation 1 that I wanted to talk about, I was kind of hard pressed to pick three that like, oh, these ones are really really speaking to me. And yeah, it's just an off year for PlayStation for me. Um,
Sure.
PlayStation's kind of in this like weird space right now, like canceling a lot of their projects and stuff like that.
Oh man,
A
play
lot of
yeah.
their live service stuff not really shaking
No,
out.
play stuff. Yeah,
Concord, right?
PlayStation.
Like,
It feels like they're just kind of running on a hamster wheel, kind of almost going nowhere.
and it's so bizarre. And that could be like a whole other topic, like in another show, because like I do think that it is just so fascinating to see like PlayStation at top of the game, third person action games. They're just killing it. Then they're trying all this live service stuff, and it's like, guys, on what planet would 10 live service games from the same people ever
I
make sense
know,
anyways?
I
There's not
know.
enough
I
time
think they're
in the
finally learning
day,
their lesson, but they're wasting.
right?
It's going to cost them. It's costing them actually billions of dollars to learn that lesson because they
And
bought Bungie for what, like $3 billion.
something like insane,
Yeah,
something insane. It was like one of the largest purchases
yeah.
recently. So with all that being said, this showcase for me, the PlayStation One wasn't hitting so
Mm.
hard, but we did. There were some gems that that stuck out at at the end of the day. How about you? What do you think about the PlayStation showcase in
I
general?
thought it was the best one of the three.
Dang. Okay. Nice.
At the
Nice.
for one thing, at least for me, it was quick. It was like 45
Quick.
minutes. So like
True.
to
That's
me,
true.
it
It had
was
good
kind of all
pacing for
killer, no
sure.
filler. Problem with Summer
Okay.
Game
Yeah.
Fest,
Yeah.
the Xbox showcase, more so Summer Game Fest, the actual show is when it runs for almost like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's just eventually you just kind of start feeling a little fatigue of like, yeah,
Right.
I'm ready for this to end. I thought the PlayStation Showcase to me had like some of my favorite surprises, and it had a lot of different genres. Not everything hit right,
I love
but
it.
I some of my favorite announcements were from the showcase, either announcements or just new trailers. Like I there was a lot that I really liked about it.
I love it, dude. So this is what I was hoping for. Just because I know the types of games that you play
Mm.
are not the types of games that I play, dude. So that in itself, I just knew that you'd be perfect co-host to join me here. So let's just get into it, dude. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw it to you because I'm still pulling up my list.
All right, fair
But
enough. I got it. I got it.
as far as PlayStation games, dude, lay it on me. Your
I
first
guess
pick.
I don't remember if this is an exclusive or not. I don't think it is. I think because it's definitely at least coming to PC as well. But the first, one of my first, the first thing I think I remember them showing was
Okay,
Pragmata. It was the new
Pragmata.
actual gameplay trailer for Capcom's newest IP, which just kind of looks like now it looks like kind of The Last of Us in space with an android girl, but it looks like a
Right.
neat third person action almost puzzler type game, and I've heard it's got quite a bit going on, and I think Capcom's on a fat winning streak. So honestly, at this point, almost any new thing they're shoving out, I'm probably going to eat up because they've even with some like lesser releases in the past couple of years, like they're on a great streak. So I'm fully into whatever they're selling.
It was a good trailer, and I remember a long time ago when Pragmata was announced, and everybody's like, "What game is this, bro?" And then it kind of just went into hiding for the
Yes,
longest time.
they kept delaying it every year. They would delay it by another year, but I think they're finally going to make this release. I think they sound confident, but we'll see.
Yeah, dude. When I looked it up, it's that trailer from 2023,
Yes,
and
yes, I
that's
think
the
that was
old
when they
one,
first
bro.
officially revealed it. And yeah, it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed.
Super slick though, as far as like the sci-fi kind of like heavy sci-fi. Yeah, you're this android with the girl on your back.
Mm,
You're jumping all
yeah.
around, and you have like that energy sword.
That's what people, as
Um,
I've seen people refer to as sad dad games, like The Last of Us and God of
God of
War,
War,
all
right?
that. Yeah, that's like that's PlayStation. At
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point, that's like PlayStation's bread and butter. Bread and butter. Excuse me.
Dude, I love that. Okay, so Pragmata. So the developers. So you said it's published by
I
Capcom,
think
right?
they're developing it too. I don't know if they have,
Okay, developing it in
but
house as
I
well.
haven't looked into it. It looks like a Capcom game. Like it has that
It
the RE
does.
engine, and like all the RE engine titles. You can kind of like almost tell. Like a lot of character models look very familiar, and like even especially like the hair texture. It's like almost it's got like a
Gotcha.
shiny, almost wavy textureness that you can kind of like almost
The
spot
hair.
now.
The hair is a tell. I'm
Yeah,
looking at the girl's hair right now in
yeah.
the trailer. Yep, yep.
But yeah, that was my first. That was the first game that I'm like, I'm just at this point, like, if it was being done by another developer, I probably wouldn't care as much. But just because
Okay, but it's got the
I mean,
Capcom.
they're winning. Yeah, they're doing great. So I'm interested just honestly just because of them.
Yeah, dude. That's cool. Okay, so Capcom looks like it. So I'm looking at it here at the very end of that. It looked like it was on Xbox as well.
Okay, okay. So yeah,
It had an Xbox logo, so
yeah.
maybe not a PlayStation exclusive like we had previously thought. Yeah, dude. That's a great first pick. Not I don't know if that genre really speaks to me. Like I've never played like a Near Automata, right? I've never played like these games don't really call out to me and speak to me. But for those that are fans of that genre, I mean, you guys are probably going nuts right now, especially coming right from Capcom. The first game for me, dude, we got to talk about Tokon Fighting Souls,
That's
dude.
on my list.
What,
Yeah.
dude? What a crazy like
Oh man.
just the fact that like so you're thinking about oh who could make a really good at first people were speculating like a Capcom versus Marvel fighting game
Yes,
right when
yes.
it
Well,
first kind of
no.
was shown it's
Yes
like
and no.
what's going on here right and then
Yeah.
you see Arc System Works and you're like whoa
Oh
what the
yeah.
heck's going
Oh
on
man. I've been curious about Guilty Gear and some of their other franchises for a while, right? But I haven't
right
dipped in yet. I'm still very new to fighting games. Like the only fighting game I'd say I've ever really seriously got into was Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6
But yeah, I mean, I did play fighters a bit. It just didn't grab me, right? I did get into it, and I probably will take a dive into Guilty Gear at some point. But yeah, this looked amazing. I mean, like this was just
dude
it hit all the notes for me. It was. I think some people were upset that this was the game they ended the show on. I think it was perfect. I thought it was the perfect ending. Are you kidding me?
I think I agree. I do think it's the perfect way to end the show. Maybe like okay, so they did like a dev diary type of thing. I could see if you were arguing like, oh, maybe that kind of stopped them. Like
Sure.
maybe
Yeah.
release
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
after the fact, maybe not
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
that in
Yeah.
the show. I
Separate.
could see
Yeah.
all
I
that,
agree.
but to end the show with a first person like partnership with Arc System Works a Marvel game. Marvel's just on a roll
Hmm.
right now. As a DC guy, I'm punching the air right now, dude. Nothing from
this is
me,
this
but
isn't this isn't
Marvel's
on my list, but I think they either showed this either at PlayStation Showcase or the Summer Game Fest. But the beat 'em up Cosmic Invasion. I don't know if you've been keeping an
Cosmic
eye on that.
Invasion.
That looks great too. It looks like in the same
Yeah,
style as like those other 2D revival beat 'em ups that have been coming out recently, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Like they're on
I
a
think it's
roll.
from the same
I
studio
think it is. I
actually.
think it
Like,
is. Yeah. But yeah, no. Tokon looks
so
amazing. I'm fully in 4v4 too. Like I can't wait. It is. It looks so unique and so crazy. And it's like I'm
right.
not good at tag fighting games, right? But I don't care. Like I'm just ready to go nuts with it.
So in a similar way to you, I'm not like the biggest fighting game fan. I would say in the past, probably maybe like closest was like one of the Tekkens, maybe, and then maybe you jump forward and you start talking about Injustice. That was a couple of two games that I put a lot of time into. But yeah, fighting games have never really clicked for me. Just never really like you got to put a ton of time to get really good at a fighting game, right? But when you put out something like this, I mean, if they can make it approachable in a way that Marvel Rivals kind of it can introduce a lot of people to that genre, like the team shooter objective genre. Yeah, this could be a smash hit, dude. So Tokon Fighting Souls from PlayStation. Just the fact that it really seems like PlayStation's putting a lot of chips into fighting in general. Like they bought Evo, I believe. They got like a new fighting stick coming out. So it really does seem like fighting games. They can see it as like a cornerstone of what they want in the future. So I'm super pumped, dude. I think
I'm glad.
it's a
I'm glad they're
genius.
investing a little more into fighting games because it definitely seems like it seems like the right move. And I have opinion as someone who's like a casual fighting gamer, but like I play a lot of games of every different genre type, including fighting games. I have a couple of opinions about fighting games and why they don't seem to grab a lot of people. But that could be a different topic for a different day.
Gotcha. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, it's not a genre for everybody, but I think kind of the marriage with the Marvel IP, this one's this one's kind of cooking, dude.
I
Like
yeah.
once when this comes out, it
The
might be
character
like a real
designs look
big.
perfect. I like
Oh, dude, the manga like anime
yes.
kind of slant to everything.
Hmm.
I think it's so sick.
Hmm.
A lot of those, and people were saying online, like a lot of those designs, people were saying like, "Yo, this is like an all-time Iron Man design."
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
just from what we've seen, or like this Star Lord design with like the fur coat and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah,
It's all super sick.
yeah.
So yeah, dude, that's definitely one that surprised me. I did not see that
No,
coming, especially
no,
to end the
no.
show.
I know there
And
were
yeah,
rumors about Arxis working on a major project for years, but
right.
people didn't know what it would be, and now, damn, I'm happy it's this because this looks amazing. Like of
It,
all of their
you
games, maybe it's just the aesthetic. I don't know, but like this one sold me the most. Yeah, I'm definitely into it.
and you brought up all the other Marvel game, the Cosmic Invasion. It just really seems like Marvel's making really smart moves in terms of what they want to license and who they want to license to.
Yeah.
With Insomniac, PlayStation, the same team that did the Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, reimagining. They're doing the Cosmic Invasion too. So yeah, Marvel's just making moves, and I think this is a really
I
smart
think they
one. So
cited something about the partnership with Insomniac and Spider-Man that led eventually
oh
to the
yeah,
decision to make Tokon Fighting Souls. Like I think like PlayStation, I think, was so happy with Insomniac's performance, and I remember they
Mm.
mentioned it in the showcase, like the developers of Arxis were talking
I
about
think
it.
you're right. That sounds familiar, and it makes a ton of sense. I mean, Spider-Man One. Say what you will about the second game. I mean, the first one's just like a smash hit. Everybody loved that one. So,
Mm,
so yeah, dude,
okay.
that's got to be my Tokon Fighting Souls, dude. That was like so
Well,
sick.
that was my number two pick. So I'll give you my number three pick. Well, actually, I wrote down four. I guess I couldn't narrow it down. All right. Well,
Beautiful,
because
beautiful.
this one's not technically. I'll just say real quick the new trailer for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which is just
Okay.
the 2D almost like retro style Ninja Gaiden like spinoff title. I think it's like a little bit of a spinoff. That trailer really shocked me. I looked great. I mean, like also the music too. Oh, I loved it.
Who
It blew me
do you
away.
happen to know who's developing that?
I don't know their
Because
names. I
I
don't know their names, but they are the developers, I think, of Blasphemous.
the developers of Blasphemous.
Yes. I don't remember their names. So I think they're the ones working on it. And Blasphemous, I haven't played the sequel, but Blasphemous is great. So I got
Yeah,
full faith in them.
that is like a really acclaimed game there. So that should be pretty cool. Ninja Gaiden's coming back in a big way. Ninja Gaiden's coming
Yes,
back in a big way with number
yeah,
four as well. So
yeah.
not to get it,
Not to get
I
too
don't know
ahead,
unless
yeah,
that's
but yeah.
might be on someone's list.
But yeah, you could mention your number two now.
Yeah, dude. Let's say number two. You know what? I'm gonna give it to 007 First Light.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, maybe it wasn't what people were expecting, and I gotta admit, it kind of wasn't what I was expecting either. I think that I'm just kind of hungry for like a third person action set piece, sort of like Uncharted kind of game. Like it's been a couple years now since the last Uncharted, like Lost Legacy, maybe or four. I can't even remember which one was after the fact, but yeah, dude, I'm just hungry for an IO Interactive. Obviously, they claimed Hitman developers, but this seems totally unlike the Hitman formula that we're kind of used to. It really just seems like a narrative kind of focused third person game. So, what did you think of First Light?
I think
Were
I
you
definitely
liking it or
I got some opinions. I definitely think the Hitman design will shine when it comes to the actual mission design. If they're taking
right?
a similar approach to some of the more classic James Bond games, like GoldenEye, for example, like GoldenEye's mission structure involved like multiple objectives that you have to complete in a kind of open map, and that
Right.
itself already kind of serves as a blueprint for Hitman style of like multiple objectives that you have to complete in an open map. So I do think there's like precedent for that, especially within James Bond. My thing is just like I'm like a semi casual fan of James Bond, right? So
Mm.
making the decision of having it be about I think it's like about James Bond before he gets his 00 number, like he gets his
I
title as an
think it's like
agent.
his origin
It's
story.
it's
It's like 007 year one or whatever.
I think it's dicey to even
It
approach
is
James
dicey.
Bond's like origin story. It's because it's I think it's really tough to get right. Like as a character, he's almost like a fictional like serialized comic character, like I don't know, like He-Man, you know, for example. It's like He-Man does have an origin, obviously, or something like that, but it's the character, it's not about the origin, it's just about the character. They're almost like mythical in a way. Like the less you know about them, the more interesting they are. So I think a lot of a lot of James Bond films have like kind of peeled back at James Bond as a character and revealed more about his youth. So I think if you're gonna do like an origin story, I just think it has to be approached very carefully because yeah, I could see I'm not super like deep into it, but I could see a lot of diehard James Bond fans claiming like character assassination or something like that if they go too crazy with any kind of direction. So I'll keep an eye on it. It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like when I'm excited about this one, I'm not so much excited for it being like you saying, being like a necessarily like a James Bond like the fact that it has the James Bond IP, that's more interesting to me than anything. But I think just the fact that when they revealed it, it's that third person perspective, like the action piece, the set pieces going off and stuff. Like I just have a hunger for a game like that.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, they do got to be, I guess, like careful. You know what I mean? Like you are dealing with the James Bond of it all, and
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a controversy with that because like I think the James Bond franchise
yeah.
was just sold to Amazon recently, so like
Oh yeah,
it's no longer under the producers it's been for the
the
last like
Broccoli's or whatever.
70 yeah the Broccoli's the last 70 80 years. So now it's like it's almost like in a transition period where it's like who knows what might happen? It could go anywhere. Like I know Amazon I don't have a lot of strong opinions on what they've done with Lord of the Rings because I haven't watched any of that, but I know a lot of Lord of the Rings fans have strong opinions, so we'll see where they go with this.
Um, I guess that's kind of it for the 007 game, dude. If you want to jump to your second pick,
Yeah, well, this is technically my third
or I
pick, yeah,
guess
because we
third
shared
pick, right, right.
Marvel Tokon, but I think this is the first one in the show, aside from Pragmata. The earliest one was the new trailer for Silent Hill F, which is their
Ooh,
first mainline game. I'm not like a diehard Silent Hill fan. Like my first Silent Hill game was the remake from last year. So I'm like, I can't claim any excitement over like the Silent Hill fans that have been waiting, I think 15 years for this, because I think the last mainline entry was in 2014 or something like that. So they've been waiting forever. And it looks great. It's set in like not feudal Japan. It's set in like 1960s Japan. Um,
the setting is like the most
yes, it's a
interesting
new,
part for
yeah, the
me.
first time it's ever been set technically not in Silent Hill, the town of Silent Hill.
Gotcha, you're
The
right,
the
right. Yep.
monster designs look great. The man who's writing it, he's like an acclaimed visual novel writer that people really love. I think his name is like Ryukishi 7. I think it's his pen name.
That's
Everything
sick.
about what he said and what the developers have been saying and what they've been showing, I'm fully into. And like I loved the Silent Hill 2 remake. And now I'm in the middle of playing through Silent Hill 4, which is a
Mm.
crazy game. It's so weird and like really janky, but really interesting. So I am fully sold on Silent Hill F, and I'm like,
S who's developing the Silent Hill F? Because I know that they've been asking, like they've been pulling what Bloober
Bloober
Team up a
Team.
lot
Yeah,
recently to do some Silent Hill
they just
stuff.
announced that they're making a remake of Silent Hill 1. Um,
Okay,
no, this is developed in house, I think, at Konami.
in house.
Yeah, which is like crazy. I can't remember the last time Konami made like a big budget in house title. You know,
Yeah, that wasn't like a pachinko machine or
yes,
whatever.
yeah, I know. Between this and I think Ninja Gaiden, right? Isn't Ninja Gaiden by Konami?
True, true. Yep,
I
yep.
think so. Yeah.
So they're coming back.
Fine.
Yeah, yeah. They're
Finally,
coming back
after
to
years of
gaming, dude.
doing what felt like nothing, just literally just
Right.
yeah, and yeah, the Silent Hill looks great. I can't wait.
Awesome. Well, I know that even if you're not like an accomplished Silent Hill player or whatever, but just kind of knowing what kind of games you like to play. I know that you're a horror game fan, right? So makes sense that this would have landed on your
Mm.
list, dude. Out of all the horror games, this one looked the most scary, I will
I
say.
love it.
So
I can't wait.
yeah, yeah. Nice, dude. That's a great pick. Konami's. What'd you say? What was the thing after the Silent? It's like Silent Hill EFE or something like that.
No, just Silent Hill F. That's just what it's called.
Silent Hill F.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
yeah.
Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What does that F stand
I
for?
don't
What do
know.
you
It's an
think?
F
Just
sharp, I
speculating.
think. So that might have something to do
Oh,
with it.
like the
I,
music F sharp.
that's what it kind of looks like. It's almost like a little cursive F. I've seen someone say
Yeah,
online
yeah.
that when you kind of rotate it, it almost looks like a pointed dagger. I don't know if that has. I don't know if that's
Oh.
intentional or not. Yeah, I don't. They haven't really said anything about why it's called that.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, dude. All right. So Silent Hill F, dude. I think it's a great pick. I won't be playing it. I'm a baby. I will not be. I will. I'll wait for your video on that
Yeah,
one, dude.
I definitely will. I definitely will make a review of it.
Nice. All right, dude. So I think that's kind of what we were excited for from the PlayStation. I don't know. Do you have any like last minute like shout outs from the PlayStation showcase?
No, not like there was a lot of stuff, but no, those are the three.
Yeah.
Those are 3/4 that stood out the most to me.
Right on, dude. I'll let you do the honors doing our next one because we're talking about the Summer Games Fest,
Yeah, the Summer Games Fest.
the main show from
I
Jeff.
thought this main show was fine, pretty solid, but I was like I was very kind of distracted while I was watching it, so I can't give a strong opinion on it. But I did feel like it was kind of like losing me at points.
It was,
It felt
yeah.
like I don't know, just didn't show all too much that really like blew me away or stuff like that. There was some stuff, but there was only yeah, it was fine. I've seen worse. I have seen it worse. So
There's dude, 100%. People that were ragging on this one as being like the worst showing ever. It's like,
no,
dude,
ooh.
you guys were not around for like some of the Ubisoft stuff I've seen.
Mm,
It's been like insane, right?
mm.
This Summer Games Fest one, like you're saying, some highs, a lot of lows, a lot of commercial sections, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like there are
Yeah,
those
that's I
sections
think
that Jeff. I mean, you got to make the money somehow, right? So he kind of loans out the space, this like
I,
15-minute
I will
block, and it's
say
just like the craziest games I've
they've
ever
done
seen
this
in
in
my
the Game
life.
Awards too. Some shows in the past have been really egregious about like kind of random celebrity cameos. So I'll give this one credit for that, and that didn't have that much of that going on, which is nice.
Right, you had Mads
Yeah,
coming
man,
up.
but
I'm trying to
he's Death
think.
Stranding, so it's totally warranted there, right? You know,
That's right.
I think that's fine. But yeah, some
Yeah,
of them
yeah.
have been weird in the past, man.
So, do you want to do Summer Games Fest picks?
Yeah, I'll start. The first that again, not a new game, but a new trailer, some new update for it is a new trailer for
Hmm.
Mina the Hollower, which is
Mina the Hollower. That's a good
from
pick.
the developers of Shovel Knight. They're like
Yep.
first brand new, I think IP. I think since Shovel Knight, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotta
And
be,
it
dude.
looks
They were working on Shovel Knight for so long, putting out DLC
yeah,
and stuff
and
like
the
that.
subsequent like spin-offs and smaller like titles like Shovel
Mm,
Knight Dig and stuff. But Mina
right.
the Hollower looks great. It's inspired by like 2D Zelda. It's got complete like classic Game Boy Color like retro style. The gameplay looks really interesting. Yeah,
Very stylized. Yep.
totally into it. It looks great. I don't have much to say on it other than it's like these developers like their work speaks for themselves. Like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I really do love kind of the whole trajectory behind Yacht Club games, right?
Mm.
Yacht Club games. Just the fact that they're kind of taking on the 2D genre. Now you're kind of taking on, like you said, like a Zelda inspired kind of genre. I think it's super cool, dude. I'm excited to see where this goes. I think that one comes out on Halloween too, which is pretty
That's
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah, cool little Halloween release. I think that's a great pick. That one was probably like my fourth pick, and it got nudged out by something else. Before while I was finalizing my list. But dude, I'm glad someone gave it some shout outs, dude. Mina the Hall, we're excited about it. Like you're saying, the follow up to Shovel Knight and all those games, I think that's a great pick. I'm trying to think if that game is coming out to where is that? Where are you gonna play that when it comes out? Right, like
Definitely probably
when
Switch. It
on the
seems like a
Switch.
perfect portable game. Yeah, Switch or Switch 2. I'm assuming it comes out for the regular Switch. I don't know. I'm assuming. I haven't actually like checked.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get into it if we talk about some like Switch 2 impressions or first
Yeah.
thoughts or whatever when we get into that section.
Yeah.
Because I am super curious where people plan on playing some of these multi-platform games, like especially these indies. Because I know, like for me, the Steam Deck was like the go-to place for
Mm,
those. But I think it might be turning into the Switch 2. Switch 2 is kind of sick,
mm,
dude, not gonna lie. So we'll get into that, I'm sure.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, first great pick for the Summer Games Fest, Mina the Hollower, Yacht Club Games. I'm gonna give mine to Wu Tang Rise of the
I had a
Deceiver,
feeling
dude.
you would mention that. I almost put that on my
Man,
list.
so just the fact that I think Wu Tang is one of those groups that whenever they put their stamp of approval on something, it's something that they really believe in and they think it's gonna be super sick. Like they don't just put Wu Tang on everything. So if they gave this studio, Brass Lion Studios, the kind of go ahead to make a Wu Tang inspired. Actually, here's the write up. Right, it's a co-op action RPG with anime style fighting and Afro surrealist aesthetic. We play battle. It's when it says increasingly challenging battle chambers to the tune of. It sounds like it's going to be like a roguelike. Just for the
That's
write
what
up,
it sounds like. Yeah.
I don't know exactly if that's the case, but then you talk about how it's got reimagined Wu Tang tracks as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, I'm just super excited. It's got the trappings of everything that I'm into. Um, and then yeah, if it's a roguelike, if it ends up being a roguelike, dude,
I love co-op roguelikes. I'll play any like co-op roguelike. So yeah, that's
dude, co-op roguelike, Wu Tang music going
yeah,
on, and
come
just
on.
like the
That's such
cool.
a cool vibe. It's hard not to love it.
Yeah, so when this trailer popped up, I was just smiling from ear to ear watching this
Yeah.
thing, man. So super into it, especially it being co-op, like you're saying. Maybe that's one you get Riley on the sticks, dude. Riley's beating people up to some Wu Tang. So
Yeah.
um, could be, dude. So yeah, that's my first pick from the Summer Games Fest. Got to be Wu Tang, Rise of the
My
Deceiver.
number two pick. I think I am maybe the only person excited for this. It would be Lego Party
Wow,
because
nice, dude. Okay.
I I'm not just a diehard Mario Party fan. I am like a Mario Party snob. Like I will turn up my fucking nose at certain Mario Party games if they don't have this or this or this. Like I am
Right.
annoying about the franchise, which is how much I love it. So any party game that can come out to compete with Nintendo and try and provide a better Mario Party, I am there for, because I've appreciated some of their more recent efforts with Mario Party, right? But like I said, I'm a snob. I still think they're missing a sauce that they had with a lot of the original, like with like Mario Party 3 and then 6 or like the peak of the series, and then 5 is horrendously unfair and I love everything about it. Like I could go on and on. But yeah, just the fact that there's like another like decently budgeted like party style game in the style of Mario Party like being released, like I need, it needs competition. Like I need more from developers to just make more Mario Party.
There always needs to be a Mario Party game coming
Yeah.
out, like whether it's a game or a kind of a clone of it or whatever. But like you're saying, dude, I think the fact Lego's another franchise that's making really smart moves in a similar way to the Marvel, what Marvel's doing. Um, yeah, dude, because like for the longest time it was those Telltale Lego games, but with Lego, you can do anything. I mean, that's kind of the whole point, right? So why not put it in a party game? Why not do a racing game? You know what I mean? So these all make sense, dude. Um, I guess like when I look at someone trying to do the party game, not a ton of them succeed, I guess, right? So like,
Yeah.
are there
Yeah.
some that kind of hit that point for you, or have none
I
none of them have kind of
of like a
gotten to where
modern
Mario Party
one
has
that's
gotten?
technically not from Mario Party, I have yet to even hear of one
Yeah,
even being made. Like, or like an
right.
experienced one. Like I think there's such a perfect balance when it comes to the best Mario parties that yeah, it's a style of game that just isn't being made. So any competitor that wants to try their hand at it, I'm there for, man. 100%, 100%.
And I imagine too, I mean, for those that maybe you don't have a Nintendo console, right? You've never played Mario Party before, and this could be like a kid's first that kind of game,
Yes.
right? So this could end
Also,
up being like
any
their favorite.
Nintendo's online infrastructure is spotty, so any company that can provide a good online Mario Party is a big win, because
Wow,
Nintendo
yep,
struggles with
right.
that to this day. I mean, they're still
To
figuring
this
it out.
day, 100%, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, that could be cool. I can imagine Lorenzo. You're queuing into a random group of three other people, and you're
Dude,
just
I'll do it.
toasting them, dude. You're
50
getting
turn Lego party, 4 hours. I'm there. I will do it. I am that person. 100%.
That's awesome, dude. I love that. Lego Party. I don't even know who's developing this
I
one.
don't know. I
I'm
didn't
not
even
even
notice.
sure. But just the fact that it's coming out, guys, we're excited about it. Lego Party.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next for me, let's go mixtape.
Mixtape.
Mixtape looks so
I don't
sick.
even remember
This is the
this.
one. It's from Beethoven and Dinosaur is the studio. They did like the Artful Escape. So
Yes,
very
yes,
like
yes.
artsy fartsy kind of
Yeah.
studio. This is the game that's kind of like it's like um that 80s kind of vibe, skateboarding around.
Mm.
Kind of looks like a Life is Strange kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the vibe that they're going
Mm.
for. So the write up, it's on their last night of high school, three friends embark on one more adventure together, play through a mixtape of memories set to the soundtrack of a generation. So I think kind of just the aesthetics of this one have really intrigued me. And I'm not like the biggest fan of games like Life is Strange, but it is a genre that I have dabbled with before. I think it just gives you you could tell some really like heartfelt stories and stuff like that using that kind of gameplay techniques and stuff. And from the trailer, it looks like it's just going to be a really fun and kind of touching sort of story. And anything that takes place like Lorenzo, if it's a Mario Party board game type of thing, he's there. If your game, your movie, your comic has like focused on music, if it's like a 80s like soundtrack, like boom boxy skateboarding around type of vibe, I'm there, dude. So mixtape for me looks really sick, dude. I'm really excited for it.
Sweet.
So yeah, dude.
My last game, very
Last
pre-
one for Summer Games
very
Fest.
predictable. I think most people's favorite announcement was Resident Evil Requiem, which is,
Nice. I didn't pick it because I knew you'd
yeah,
probably have. So
finally,
that's nice.
man. The rumors. I think for the last year about Resident Evil 9, and like finally, like, and again, like I remember watching the trailer and I was like, "Is this Resident Evil?" I was like, I don't think it is. They already talked about Resident Evil earlier in the show. It isn't. They faked this out. Those bastards. But like
Right.
you can
That was a
tell, you can
fake
see like
out.
the RE engine, and then just like the complete vibes of the trailer. It's like they're going like almost backwards again from Resident Evil 8 and like tripling down on horror. Like this one looks extra intense, extra creepy, like really messed up, disturbing monster designs potentially, like a lot darker, less gothic, less fantastical of an atmosphere, almost like kind of following in the shoes of Resident Evil 7, with a new protagonist that they claim is a character that I don't think it's that character. I got the theory it's another character. And then there's almost rumors of a second protagonist, and the game can be played from first and third person camera perspective. Yeah,
Interesting.
they're offering both options, which is interesting. I wonder how that's gonna work, because I feel like that could totally change like the horror vibe and like the intensity vibe depending on how the gameplay style is. But I mean, yeah, again, Capcom's on a winning streak, and I don't think they've released a bad Resident Evil title in the past like 6-7 years, ever since Resident Evil 7. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like the reawakening that Capcom's had in regards to Resident Evil has been really impressive. Because they kind of lost their way, right? Like I was there for 5, I was there for 6. I remember people saying like how they like, what the hell is this? This isn't Resident
Yeah,
Evil, right?
I
So,
love 5 actually, and
to
I love 5, and I think
I
6 is goofy fun. But yeah,
there you go, yeah. So there
I
you
didn't
go.
hop on.
So some
I
positives
didn't
there,
hop on the
but
Resident Evil train until like just a couple of years ago, so I avoided a lot of that controversy and hype and everything. I'm just jumping in now, so I'm just kind of enjoying.
when they're like back to
Yeah,
it,
I'm
right,
enjoying
right.
everything I'm getting.
Nice, dude. That's a good pick. And yeah, like you're saying, they closed out the Summer Games Fest with that, but they did have that fake out earlier
Yeah,
that everybody was
they
annoyed
had like
at. That
two
was kind of
fake
lame,
outs. They had like two separate
right?
Resident Evil teasers. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good pick, dude. When do we think we're seeing that? I
They
mean, like
announced the
when would
release
you
date.
guess that one's
I think
coming
they said
out?
January or February.
January, February. So yeah, a lot of people I'm noticing trying to beat GTA. Like you're just trying to get out a couple months for
Mm-hmm.
GTA. You don't want to get
Yeah,
steamrolled
GTA is
by
what,
GTA.
May
So
May of 2026, I think. If it even hits
yep.
that release date, we'll see. At this point, I don't know, man.
That could be an interesting conversation too. Like just like I don't know, games coming out, maybe delay and stuff like
Yeah,
that. The third pick for me, Blighted from Drinkbox
I
Studios.
I I
This
vaguely remember this.
one of those that was like from the top. It's kind of like a Hades sort of
Sure,
looking
sure.
game. That's kind of yeah. So Drinkbox Studios in the past they did Severed, which is a game on the Vita, which I really
Mm.
enjoyed. I had a Vita back in the day.
You're one of 20
Um,
people.
yeah, me and yeah, me and 19 others. There was also they did Guacamelee too. So if you're familiar with the
Yes,
Guacamelee
Guacamelee is great.
franchise, the write up for this says battle your way through a psychedelic Western nightmare to reclaim the memories of your people in this action RPG from the creators of Guacamelee. So I think that the kind of vibes in that sec for this one are really appealing to me. They say like the Western kind of vibe. So I'm a huge like Western movie comic book fan. So anything that's got like sort of cowboys, 6-shooter revolvers type of vibe, I'm there as well. So this one for me, the pedigree of the Guacamelee devs as well. This one looks pretty sick. So Blighted from Drinkbox
Cool,
Studios.
man. Wow.
I think we got one more
We
showcase.
do. We have Xbox Showcase, which is the last one, and the one I will admit I paid kind of the least amount of attention to, just because I didn't catch it live. So I was just kind of, when I was watching it, I was like blasting through the announcements, just checking them on my phone real quick. So I can't comment too much in the show. I was like half watching it. It was a very distracting day, but yeah. What are your opinions on it?
Dude, in my opinion, this one might have been the best
Really?
showcase. I really think all the dominoes are starting to fall for Xbox. All the studio acquisitions they've been making and stuff like that. They've just been primed and like ready to go. Like, okay, the games are coming, guys. Just wait. And now I think we're starting to see that. Like, they just have, like for the next year or something. Like, they have a game coming out
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
month. I think it's really cool from them to see kind of this reemergence of Xbox. I mean, that's what happens when you pay like a shit ton of money and you're buying
Yeah.
like not even buying just like one developer, like you're buying like all of
all of
Bethesda
all
and
of
all 20 of
Bethesda,
their
all of
developers,
Activision
right? Like
Blizzard.
banana stuff. Um, I'll start this one, dude. The Xbox, my pick, the first one. Also, is the construction like wicked loud right now?
I can hear it.
You probably
It's like
can't.
whistling. It sounds like it's like someone whistling in the background.
Dang it, they're building an apartment complex near me. It really
Oh
stinks.
yeah.
First pick for me, it's got to go Outer Worlds 2. So this wasn't our first look at Outer
Yeah.
Worlds. I'm just so hyped for this game, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you, like I'm such a fan of the Western RPG, like the Fallout New Vegas 3. I want a game like that so bad, and for me, Starfield wasn't that. It wasn't giving me kind of what I was looking for. And I think this team, Obsidian, they just have the sauce. They just got the sauce. So I know I'm in safe hands. I love Outer Worlds 1. Outer Worlds 2 just looks bigger in every single way. So yeah, I'm just really excited for Outer Worlds. The trailer I thought was great, but wasn't our first look by any means, but just a really exciting upcoming game for me. I thought it was a great way to start the
Did you
show.
ever
So
check out Pentiment, which was like Obsidian's other smaller title that came out? I think like last year.
dude, yeah, so Pentiment and obviously with Grounded and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it's really interesting the kind of leeway and kind of the freedom that they're afforded just to kind of ball out, and like they got our main games over here,
Yeah.
but then they're allowed to do like these kind of side games. I didn't play Pentiment personally, but I heard really good things
Mm.
about it. I heard it was really interesting and kind of what it was trying to do. I don't even know like what the game, like what's like the moment to moment gameplay of Pentiment. I don't
Oh, it's
even
just
know.
it's like
Like it
a
just looks
like
so
a
weird.
side scrolling 2D narrative title. It seems like. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know people were really keen on it.
Yeah, dude. I think that in terms of like studios that are like like I think that Obsidian is deadlifting Xbox right now. They're keeping them afloat in kind of this transition period before we start seeing all the other studios and the games that they have. Obsidian has just been knocking it out of the park, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I really do think that was my number one pick. Outer Worlds 2, super excited for it.
Yeah, my first title from the Xbox showcase was Super Meat Boy 3D. So like I
Nice.
mean like I never got around to the original Super Meat Boy, but like I know everyone was obsessed with it, and I know they've re-released it like 20 times. One day I'll get to it, probably before 3D releases. But like just like a super hard, frustrating, aggressive 3D platformer. Like I'm sold. Come on, you don't need to do anything else to sell me on that. I'm totally down for it. Also, I'm an advocate for any more 3D platformers in the like in the gaming industry that isn't made by Nintendo. Only because they do tend to make some of the best ones, but I love to see what other studios try and do with it. So yeah, I'm fully into that.
Dude, that was my second pick. I'm so glad you picked it as well. So sometimes, guys, Lorenzo and I are gonna line up, and this is one of those moments. Yes, dude, I'm so excited for Super Meat Boy 3D. A perfect game to kind of jump into the 3D, like jump into the new dimension. Yeah, what a classic! The 2D game. I think this one's a co-op one too.
Oh,
Am I?
I didn't catch that from the trailer, but maybe it is.
I think they were at some point they were having two super, Meat
Oh
Boys jumping
god,
around and
oh
stuff.
man,
So,
co-op 3D platformers, that's crazy.
dude, I think it's gonna be so fun. It looks so sick. I think they really nailed it, like the graphics on this one. Yeah, dude, Super Meat Boy 3D. That was my second pick too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
All
fun.
right, cool. Well then, you can. I guess
Finish off this
I'll
one.
give you my second pick
Okay.
too, since we share the same one. My second pick. Well, you might have this too, actually. Ninja Gaiden 4.
Okay, I didn't
All
pick
right,
that,
cool,
but
cool.
nice
Yeah,
pick,
Ninja
nice
Gaiden 4.
pick.
Oh, it looks incredible, man. Like another crazy hack and slash action game. Like, oh, I'm fully there. Come on, it looks amazing. I want, you know, I feel like we've had a little bit of an overabundance of like Souls likes when it comes to like the almost like action combat genre, like
That's
slower,
true. That is, yeah.
more methodical action games. So to have something like this, which is just totally crazy, like yes, I want just variety because it looks amazing.
Yeah, are you like a big like from back in the day? I remember what was the other one? It was like Ninja Gaiden Black or something,
Yes,
right?
and they got like a remake. Ninja Gaiden Black 2 got like a remake for Xbox
Right,
that
right,
came out just
right.
a couple of months ago on Game Pass. No, I'm actually not super big into like super like action games like that. At least not yet, but I want to, you know. And
This could be like them, like just the genre getting the door kicked
yeah,
in, and we'll start
I've
seeing
only
like a
played a
lot
small
more.
handful, but like yeah, I want more because they look amazing.
Nice, dude. That's a great pick, man. I know that one's coming out this year. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, coming out later
Mm-hmm.
in a couple months, right?
Yeah,
My third pick for the Xbox showcase, I'm gonna go Clockwork
I had a
Revolution
feeling.
from In
Yeah.
Exile. this is the one, guys, that kind of looks like Bioshock Infinite, and I think a lot of people are hankering for like a Bioshock type of game, first person story game. This one's like heavy RPG though, and it had some cool stuff where they were like changing because it dealt with time travel and stuff like that. So you could like change the different scenarios in a way that like I've only seen a couple games do, like Dying Light. The latest Dying Light game had like a couple of choices you could make that would affect the world. Like you could refuse to give people a bunch of a water station or something, and like that part of town gets more dilapidated and stuff like that over time. Just for example, so stuff like that, like being able to change kind of the world that you're in, I think is cool with the time travel. And yeah, just like the steampunk sort of Bioshock vibes that it was giving me, dude. I'm just really one of the fact that there isn't a Bioshock game like there's been so long since the last
Yeah,
one is so
yeah.
crazy
Then
to
you
me.
have Judas,
Um,
right? Is that what's coming out from the team?
right? Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So just carrying the torch and just putting like, come on, man, we all want a first person like narrative driven kind of action game like that, and yeah, it's just been way too long, man. So Clockwork Revolution for me.
Yeah, I thought it looked impressive, but I thought that trailer was so long, man. It was like
It
5 or 6
was
minutes.
way too
I
long.
was waiting for it to end just because I don't know. I felt like, all right, I got it. I understand the vibe,
You get it, and
and
then
then it
it
just
goes
kept
on for a
going
couple
and
more
going, and
minutes. And
it was losing me. As impressive as the
I
game
guess
looked, that trailer was losing me.
the one thing I will say is that the fact that they showed us so much must mean that there's like even more in the game, right?
I
So
hope
it looks
so.
to me that this game is kind of bigger in scope than a lot of people were thinking it would
Yeah.
be. Um, but yeah, it looks like a pretty meaty RPG actually,
Yes.
instead of maybe just like a nice quick Bioshock type of game. It looks like it's going to be kind of a bigger
Yeah.
RPG. So yeah, and I agree though that trailer way too long, way too long. It's especially like you do a trailer that long and the game's not coming out this year.
No,
It's
it's just
like
not coming out
okay,
this year, but it's
sure,
also like
sure,
it's also
dude.
not even part of like a major franchise, like a brand new IP, which I welcome. Hell yeah! Like, but
Right.
typically, I feel like you would reserve a trailer that long and extensive for like Halo 7. You know, like it's got to be like a big thing that
Exactly.
people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
waiting for.
Right,
And
right.
yeah, first because a lot of people have never heard of this game, so yeah, it's I I,
For
I
for
think
for a
that
showcase that was ripping, that one did
they
kind of
must.
stop a
I'm
lot of
imagining, yeah,
momentum
they
for
are pretty
sure.
confident in the game to give it that much time to show off. So
Mm,
we'll see. I hope their confidence isn't misplaced.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I think my third title, to contrast yours, probably the shortest trailer, was Persona 4 Reload, which
Nice,
I mean
dude.
that again, that's been rumored forever. I'm super big into Persona. I'll get into more of that later when I'm talking about the games I'm currently playing, but yeah,
Mm.
people have been waiting for that, like frothing at the mouth, and then we finally got a trailer, and it is just you running in a town for 10 seconds, and then the trailer ends, and it's like, yep, it's real, and that's it. And it's like, ooh, we are not. And they just confirmed this. We're not seeing that game until probably 2027. Like that game is
Wow.
early in development. I think they
Okay.
said like it won't release any time before, like I think they said October of 2026. So this game is early. I guess maybe they just showed it to just finally shut up the Persona fans, which is also crazy to me because Persona 3 remake just came out. I don't think we
Right.
needed another remake at all. And I've heard Persona 4 has aged pretty well. I haven't played Persona 4 specifically. I played a couple of the other titles in the franchise. So yeah, I don't even know why they honestly revealed this to begin with. I don't see a lot of people like clamoring for like a Persona 4 remake, like of the fan base.
Mm.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like most fans just kind of want just the next mainline title, Persona 6, which I think is also in development. Maybe
Gotcha.
I don't
Okay.
know. I hope the announcement of 4 remake doesn't mean that Persona 6 is like not until 2030.
Like even farther,
Yeah,
farther.
we'll
Right.
see. But yeah, that's just based on the franchise and just the quality of the games. Like that's got to be my favorite announcement, even though it was such a nothing trailer. Like it showed nothing.
But
Yeah,
But to your point though, the people that are excited about Persona, I bet they were losing it. They were
I
super pumped.
imagine they
I
were. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, to me,
I didn't think this was 2027, and that's kind of crazy to
it
me.
might be given what they.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we'll see.
it kind of gets into like the whole larger scope for this conversation, but like the the remake versus the remaster kind of thing. So it sounds like this one is going to be a more in depth, like ground
Yeah,
from the ground
yeah.
up. So a
I made a
remake.
video actually talking about the overabundance of remakes. So how hypocritical of me to be excited for another one, but yeah. Well, I can still be. I'd say I can still be excited for them while still arguing. Like, am I going to play the Persona 4 remake? Probably. Would I have preferred it to be Persona 6 instead? Yeah, definitely. But here we are. So we'll see how
Yeah,
it turns out.
that would be an interesting topic of conversation for another one, just like the remakes and
Yeah.
remasters of it
Yeah.
all.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, dude, I think that does it for our their Summer Games Fest showcase breakdowns.
Mhm.
Our three picks for each showcase. Yeah, dude, let us know in the comments, guys, if what you were excited for from any of the showcases. I will be sure to give you a shout out next
Can let me
episode
know
or
how
something
wrong
like
I
that.
am
So.
about being excited about Lego Party. I can take it. It's fine, man. I don't care.
No, dude, you know what? Everybody in the comments agrees with you. They know about Lego Party and they love it as
Yeah.
well, dude.
All right, so we can.
Um,
You want to move on to talking about the Switch 2 for a bit?
yeah, so I guess I didn't know. Do you have a Switch 2 yet or no?
Thanks to Nintendo, I don't.
Dang it, bro. That's the
uh,
saddest thing I've ever heard.
I didn't. To be fair, I did not try as hard as I could have. Right, I didn't sign up for any
Okay,
retailer pre-orders when I could have. I All I
gotcha.
did was sign up for was the Nintendo lottery system where you use your
Right.
Nintendo account, your official Nintendo account. They put you in a lottery.
If you've played enough, have you played enough Switch in the
I
last
would
year or
I
whatever?
thought I did. I have at least I think 1,000 hours on the Switch, but I guess it wasn't good enough for them. So foot my mouth. But I think they're still sending out invitations even now. I think they're gonna keep doing
Mm.
it. I don't know, so I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, yeah, that didn't work out. So yeah, I'm Switch 2-less, which is fine. I got too many games anyways. But yeah, you can tell me about yours.
Yeah, so I guess I wish I had it on hand. I'm such an idiot. I didn't bring it with me. But the thing I will say about the Switch 2 is I think it's like really kind of I didn't give the Switch 1 like a fair shot. Like I guess there were some games I played here and there, but it was never like my main
Yeah.
console by any means. This kind of does feel like it kind of alleviated a lot of my issues with the first just the fact that like we're seeing what a 1080p screen, like we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing HD Nintendo games, like it goes up to 4K, dude. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
insane. Because I feel like that's a lot of the drawbacks and the holdbacks people had was just like, man, it just seems like on a technical level, Nintendo, like you're just not there yet. Like
Yeah,
your games might
they're
look beautiful,
finally.
but maybe they're running kind of weird, or like the Pokemon Violet, like
Oh yeah, the Pokemon.
the
Yeah,
lighthouse,
Scarlet
the
and Violet don't
windmills and all.
run well.
Scar-
Oh
Yeah, so it's just insane. It's like a night and day difference. Like the load times on a game, a Switch One game is just it's improved, and that's all I kind of wanted was all just like these little bitty onesie twosie things here and there. The one downside I do have with Switch Two so far, it really just is the battery life. But
yeah,
um, you're dealing with the I think it's 1080p screen,
it
right? And
is.
handheld, you're dealing with the HDR
Yeah,
screen. So it kind of makes sense that the battery life isn't there, and it is going to be something that they probably improve on later. But yeah, so far, man, I'm loving the Switch 2. I think it's so sick. Um, yeah, just the Mario Kart World, I think was a great launch
yeah.
game.
I saw
Um,
some people criticizing it, but I mean, Mario Kart 8
yeah,
was the most successful Switch game. I think it'd be crazy for them to not launch Switch 2 with Mario Kart World. I think that's like the. I think
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
perfect launch title to just get ahead and just try and make some early money.
100%, dude. Especially with that like bundle they had, like it almost probably should have been like the tie-in or the bundled in game because
Ooh.
I imagine everybody that's picking up a Switch 2, you're gonna pick up
Oh
Mario Kart as
man,
well,
if
whether
that
it's on
was
the
like a
side or in the
bundled
bundle.
in game like Wii Sports was, dude, that Switch 2 would have sold out like twice as fast.
Crazy,
People would
right?
be fighting at Best Buy right now to try and get one. So yeah, I think it's probably for the safety of the world that they didn't
Their
bundle it.
employees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The poor like GameStop employees.
Mm.
Yeah, dude, I don't know because it's kind of interesting because it kind of dips into like what I've been playing as well. I guess yeah, just 1 month in with the Switch, I'm just super impressed so far. I think the hardware they really nailed it. I think the kind of look and feel of it feels good in the hand to use. It really just is that battery life that's kind of like the only downside. But but yeah, I guess the other thing too is like with launch games, like with Mario Kart World being the only real launch game that I'm interested in, you can kind of see that as a downside. But like I'm saying, dude, I'm enjoying just a ton of Switch One games, even just going back playing those. That we'll get into for sure, but just the no like less loading time, like that's just such a huge game changer for some of these games, man. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got to say for the Switch 2 so far. And the future is looking bright for Switch
Yeah,
2 as well.
you got any thoughts on the future titles? The Donkey Kong Bonanza just got like a proper direct, it was like a 15-minute presentation. Did you watch it?
Dude, that game looks insane. So I didn't think it was gonna be kind of that large in scope, but it
Mm.
really does seem like it's from the Mario Odyssey
I think
team.
it is a Mario. I think it is a Mario Odyssey team. I think for all intents
And
and purposes, this is basically the 3D Mario of the Switch 2. I think if
exactly, 100%.
people are expecting a 3D Mario title like anytime soon, I don't think they're getting it
You
because I
might be
think this is
disappointed.
it. This is what you're gonna
I
get. And you
think
know
you're
what?
right, dude.
I'm fine with it. I don't care if Mario's a playable character or not. A mainline 3D platformer from Nintendo is going to be great, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks pretty dang good. Like it's I think it's really
Yeah,
sweet that it's already going to be launching only I think just about a month from now. So like not a launch
yeah,
title, but like a launch window. I think this is good to get out just ahead of Mario Kart World.
yeah, dude. I agree with everything you said there. I think that a lot of people were kind of maybe let down when they're like, oh, it was kind of revealed that oh, this looks like this is what the Mario Odyssey team like. This is the next one,
Mm-hmm.
like you're saying. Like this is the true line Mario game. You shouldn't expect the Mario Odyssey 2 for a good while,
Mm-hmm.
guys. This looks like it's pretty meaty. I mean, it showed all the different levels, all the different power
It
ups.
looks
It just seems like it's larger in scope than I really thought it was going to
yeah.
be. And that just means it's like the next great Nintendo adventure,
It
right?
looks
So super
really
excited for
solid.
it.
Like yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I think that's for me personally, it's more of a reason to get a Switch 2 over Mario Kart World. Like it looks so much
Yeah,
more impressive to me.
because the one, I guess like the I'm just like confused like with some story stuff. Like why does the girl start out as a rock? Like I don't get it
Ah,
or whatever. Like
whatever. It's a Nintendo story. Most of them they don't you don't have to care.
it's
It's a
it's
Mario story. You don't have to care about that. Or maybe that's
right.
my
You are just
maybe as a Mario fan that's my controversial opinion. But you know what? I'll say it. I'll be the first to say it. Mario stories. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It's not the
Mario
point. It's
stories.
not the point. Doesn't matter. Some of them can be cute. I think the RPG stories can have some cute moments. Like I love a
Mm,
lot of the moments in Bowser's Inside Story. You know. But at the end of the
love
day,
Bowser's Inside
doesn't
Story.
matter. Just it's a Mario game. They don't Nintendo doesn't care about timelines or plot or continuity or canon, so you should not either.
Yeah, all the people trying to like line it up. Like, okay, is this Rosaline or not Rosaline?
Pauline, yeah,
Pauline when she's young, and then she's this old. It's like,
you're
guys,
reading too much
I,
into
I
it.
think I think they're throwing the
It's a
timeline
game
out the
about a
window. I
big
think
gorilla
it's
that smashes things. Like don't read into it.
and he's smashing
Yeah,
everything, dude. It looks great. It looks insane.
like
Just
Hulk.
like all the
It's like
particle
Hulk
effects and
Ultimate
stuff.
Destruction. What was that? What it was? That came out in like
Right?
2003
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
four. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Or like whatever that game was on Mars where you could also like destroy
Is it Red
everything. It's
Faction?
like
I know people talk.
Red
Yes,
Faction.
yeah.
Yep, yep. But yeah, dude. So the future's looking bright. I think Donkey Kong Bonanza is the next good one.
They have
Um,
some more updates. They announced recently that Splatoon 3 is getting a proper Switch 2 update to like increase I think the frame rate and resolution. But
yep,
also they
yep.
announced like a spin-off title, Splatoon Raiders. That
Right.
I think is coming out this summer. I don't remember if they put out a title.
I think that's is that a roguelike?
I don't know. I think they did kind of like a roguelike thing. It was like a solo spin-off campaign for Splatoon 3 that was kind of like that. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. I've
Okay.
only ever played Splatoon 2, so I don't keep up too much with Splatoon, but yeah, I mean Splatoon's super popular in Japan, so I'm imagining that'll be popular. And then for me, the future titles at least for this year that I'm super into are Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, which I loved Age of Calamity, and I oh,
Nice.
what a great game that barely worked. That frame rate, if you could get it at a consistent 30, that's a miracle because that game like averaged out I think at 20 or 25 frames on the Switch. That's not even including if you were playing in split screen co-op, which I did for most of the game with my wife. So that
Nice.
game like oh man, it was like a PowerPoint slide, but I still loved it. So I'm that type of person where like performance doesn't matter to me too much sometimes. It just depends. Um And then this is like, yeah, it's basically like a follow up to Age of Calamity, but set during like the Tears of the Kingdom timeline. We'll see where they go with that, because if unless they do, spoiler alert for Age of Calamity, unless they do some weird time travel thing again, I don't really see how Link would be a playable character in this. I guess they would do like the Link of this past timeline, because there was a hero of that time. I don't know. It's whack. But
So these games, you do have to consider them in the lore, one of those
well,
things,
it's
or
yes
in the
and no. I
timeline
think
type thing.
I think Age of Calamity, given what it does and also some of the playable characters and stuff, it's very clearly like not canon. But I would also
Mm.
say like the Zelda franchise, kind of like the Mario franchise, canon doesn't really matter. You know, it's every game story is its own. So I just kind of take the mentality of not reading into it too much or caring about it, just enjoying it for what it is. So we'll see. But the next title, the oof,
The big one.
for me,
Everybody's waiting for it, dude.
dude, is Die Hard. I'm waiting for Metroid Prime 4, man. I've been waiting for years.
It looks
I
great. It
felt
looks insane.
since before I hit puberty, since before I became a man. Oh my god, I
Dude, 4K, 60 frames,
I
dude.
just, dude, it's not even just that. It is the first HD Metroid Prime game,
Right,
because the last
right,
mainline Prime game was in 2007 with Prime 3,
right.
and then you had a oh god, Federation Force on the 3DS,
On
which
the
on an
3DS.
even lower resolution. That was 2016. Like this, that's how old this franchise is and how little games they've gotten. That Metroid Dread was the first official HD Metroid game. This is the first official HD Prime game. Oh my god, I can't wait. Also, it's just the next title from Retro Studios, and they do not miss like at all. So like even
Right.
if it wasn't Prime and it was some other title that they were making, I would be totally into
Talking
it.
acclaimed
But Prime
studios there.
4,
Yep, yep.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting and foaming at the mouth for this. I can't wait. I'm like shutting myself from the world to play it. Like I even though like most Prime games, I mean all of them you can beat in just about 10 hours. It's not like 100-hour grand RPG, right? But I am treating it like that. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Nice. Yeah, dude, the future is bright for Switch too, man. They got a lot of cool stuff
Yeah, I
coming.
mean, if Nintendo maintains the same momentum they had with the Switch One of releasing pretty solid exclusives every year, I don't see why the Switch Two won't sell. I don't know if it'll sell as much as the Switch One, given some things, but it'll. I think it'll get pretty close to the lifetime sales, and pretty close. I think is going to be good enough for Nintendo.
It seems like they definitely have a lot more support from the third party, at least like promise support. I guess we'll have to see if it materializes or
Yeah,
whatever. But just the fact that the Switch 2 is able to handle, like, you throw more games at it for sure from some of these third parties and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, it should be pretty cool. Although they won't have as many like remasters and remakes available to them because it seemed like they were pulling from a lot of the Wii U's library for some of the Switches, right?
yeah, they're basically. I think
So
they're fresh out now of the Wii U's. I think the
right,
only
yeah. So
two
unless they
exclusives last were Nintendo Land, which that's not happening because that requires the Wii U gamepad to work, and
gamepad, right, right.
the Twilight Princess Wind Waker HD like remaster remix.
Oh, but don't worry, they put it on Nintendo Switch Online.
They
Aren't you
might
so happy
they might
about
still
it?
release that, so we'll see. But yeah, they already dumped out
Mm,
Wind Waker, so there you go. That's what you get, and you know what? I'll take it. Some people actually prefer the original Wind Waker's art style, so um,
gotcha.
for
Instead of
them
the
maybe it's
yeah,
a benefit. I don't know.
but yeah, dude. So I guess that's kind of like our initial Switch 2 impressions and kind of future thoughts. But I think we were planning on closing out this episode by talking about what we're playing. So yeah, dude, I'll give it to you. Give you the floor.
Too much. I'm playing too much.
Too
I got to
much,
start
dude.
finishing it out. I'm balancing like 5 different single player games at the same time, which I got to stop doing. I got to stop starting
I
new
love
games.
that,
But
dude. That's like
I'm committed.
crazy.
And I'm finishing all. I could finish like 2 of them tonight, right? Like I'm pretty close to finishing Silent
Okay.
Hill 4 and Sonic Heroes. I was streaming those for a while, but I might just finish them privately. Who knows? If you have 1,000 viewers that want to come watch me stream them, I will happily do it for your audience. Um, but no, most recently, my time has now been dedicated to Metaphor ReFantazio, which was Atlas's most recent new IP, which, for all intents and purposes, it's basically like Persona, but set in a fantasy universe, which is not a
A
bad
lot of
thing.
people's game of the year last
I
year.
loved it. That was my game of the year. I don't Astrobot one. I'll still get to Astrobot one day. I have to. I have to.
Yeah, yeah.
But Metaphor, I'm almost done with. I think I'm at a 95-hour playtime. I'm in the last like there's like 3 special endgame bosses and then the final dungeon. I'm at those endgame bosses. I will probably just skip out on them because right now they're kicking my ass. But Metaphor, I've been loving. Almost done with it. I think I've put about 30 hours into it in the last like 2 weeks. Like I've been grinding it out. Um, and then Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm about I think 3/4 of the way through. Loving it. It's incredible. Like just like the original Resident Evil 4. They're both also different enough that you could enjoy both of them separately. The good thing about the Resident Evil 4 remake is it doesn't make the original redundant in any way. They play differently enough, they function differently enough. They're similar in a lot of ways, like really similar. And the remake does keep the spirit of the original in a lot of ways, but they play so differently that like I could see totally being in the mood for one or the other. Like it's not like some other
Mm.
remakes that I've seen that almost try and
Where it's like now this is the new definitive. Don't even worry about the old
kind
one
of
type
like
of
I think the
thing.
Silent Hill 2 remake was trying to be like that. I think it was trying to like be like, no, this is the definitive one. You don't even need to play the original, which I think is silly. Um, but yeah, I've been playing that, and then aside from those two, and the Silent Hill and Sonic Heroes, and I've been playing way too much Rainbow Six Siege, and
These are the mainstays. It sounds like.
I love Siege. I love it so much. It makes me angry sometimes, but I love it. It's so silly and so fun and so crazy. And then I know like a lot of people have been diving into Battlefront 2 because it's on sale, big sale on Steam. So then
I bought it. I bought one for my copy for my
I was
brother as
playing it,
well.
and it's fun. But man, I don't know if you got into it yet. There's some hackers that just totally ruin some
Ah,
matches.
what?
It's
What's going on,
I don't
dude?
know, man. So
Everybody's talking about the like get back on bat. I'm not gonna play with a bunch of
no, it's
hackers,
it's
dude.
it's only on. It seems like it's only on one game mode. Weirdly enough, which is Galactic Assault, which
Okay.
is it's like the biggest game mode. It's like a multi-phase, like multi-objective game mode. I played one game. I played 2 games where hackers were either flying around as like Han Solo, just like getting
Come
infinite kills.
on,
There's also a
man.
really
Wait.
funny hack where
That is kind
it
of
forces everyone on the enemy team's camera to just start slowly flying around the map. Basically, it means that you can't see what you're doing, so they can just kill you because you're just
mm,
completely blinded. So weird. Um, I don't
that's
know. I don't
very
think that's going to
odd.
get addressed at all because I think EA doesn't care at all about this game. They just put it on sale and they're just going to enjoy the new audience. But yeah, they're definitely not going to do anything to stop it. I think if you play it, so long as you play just like Supremacy or any of the other like main modes, you should be fine. I didn't notice any hacking on that. For some reason, it's only just one specific game mode. So weird. Uh,
So they can like rack up the most
I
kills, I
guess
guess,
it's
right?
just yeah,
Like,
they just get. I guess they're just bored, or they can use it to farm XP, farm levels. I don't know, but yeah, it's fun. Yeah, so just be wary of hackers. I'll tell you right now, if you're playing a game mode, some of the hacks are really not, they're really subtle. If you're playing a game mode and you just notice that like there's like a ticket counter, like enemy reinforcements that goes
mm,
down and like the battlefield and stuff. If you notice the ticket counter isn't going down at all, just exit because that means they have a hack on that'll just extend they have like an infinite game time hack where it just extends the
mm.
game time indefinitely. Uh,
So you're just
you're
gonna,
just stuck
yeah.
there
So they can get
forever.
as many
I
kills.
guess,
Yeah,
and I'm just
right,
like,
right.
okay, I want the game to end. I don't want to like play it for like 3 straight. I'm glad if that's how they find their fun, great. But like, oh man, yeah. So just be wary. Other than that, it's fun. It's you'll get stomped a lot. There's a lot of really good players on it because they've been playing it nonstop since
Mm.
2017. But yeah,
That's what I was gonna
it's
say.
fun,
It's like a
goofy.
almost 10 years
It's
old at this
fun,
point.
goofy
Like,
Star Wars
damn.
stuff. It's pretty fun.
Mm. Nice, dude. That's really cool that you're kind of joining the this resurgence that Battlefront's kind of seeing right now. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. And then my brother, he's been playing Siege a ton lately too.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, Siege is a game that I played a lot back in the day. I didn't get like hardcore into it, like competitive or anything. But yeah, I had my fun time with Siege. I don't think I'm gonna go back anytime
Hmm.
soon. But yeah, dude. Um, real quickly, like I was saying, just playing some Switch 2 stuff with Mario Kart World. I guess what I'll say about Mario Kart World is it really does stink that the open world isn't kind of more
I've
fleshed
heard
out.
that from some people. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, you're seeing people, not to like dishearten you. I mean, you don't even like from
No,
trying it out or
I'll
whatever,
try it
but
out
just
eventually. Like I,
yeah, just like driving around the open world, like there's all those P blocks and stuff like that, but they don't like do anything. Like you do them
yeah,
and
it's
you
just like
might
a
get
little
like a
challenge.
sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that does kind of stink that the open world kind of single player portion of it isn't as kind of fleshed out. But Yeah, a lot of Grand Prix. I 3-starred all the 150 Grand Prix, trying to make my way through the Knockout
Mm,
Tour. Knockout Tour is probably like the rejuvenation that the
that's
Mario Kart kind of formula
that's
needed.
what I've
It's
that's
really
what I've
sick.
heard.
It's
It's like
really
super
fun.
intense too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the online for Knockout Tour, like, I wish it had other all that Nintendo online stuff. Like they're still kind of missing the mark in a lot
Mm.
of ways, but just queuing for Knockout Tour online is a ton of fun. It turns every game into not like a roguelike, but kind of like a roguelike. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like okay, this time I got knocked out. I was 9. I got to get to top 8. I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
knocked
yeah.
out. Let's queue again and try it. And I don't know, just queuing for
It almost
knockout
sounds
tours
like a
over and over
battle
again has been a
royale,
ton of fun.
actually. Like you're just
Yeah, battle royale
fighting
kind
for
of vibe.
first. Yeah,
Yeah, and like the zone closing in, you can kind of see is like if you don't make
yeah.
it to the different
I've heard Knockout
checkpoints,
Sword is really cool.
it's a ton of fun. Really having fun with that. And then the other big Switch One game that I'm having a ton of fun with on Switch Two is Animal
You
Crossing.
never played New
So getting back
Horizons?
into Animal Crossing, so like I had my island on my old Switch and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But for the longest time, I wanted to kind of restart. I wasn't happy kind of where I left my
Yeah.
island. It's kind of not. I didn't build it how I wanted it to, all that stuff. So this is kind of like a fresh like restart kind of thing.
Mm.
So with the new Switch, started a new island, and just the simple fact that you walk into your house and it loads like that is just like a game changer because that was
Yeah.
my number one pet peeve with the OG was just all the different load
Yeah,
times.
I've seen some
Um,
comparison videos of like load times on the Switch too. I haven't seen anybody actually talk about Animal Crossing yet.
dude, just the fact that like all these Switch One games, some of them might not have the big updates like I know Tears of the Kingdom did, or Mario Party is getting a big update later on and stuff like that, like content updates. Just the games that get like little like improvement updates, like I think it's just been such a boon to Switch Two, and that's how I'm going to be enjoying it a lot. Like while I'm waiting for Bonanza or Prime Four after that, it's just going to be going back to the Switch One games and having fun with those. So yeah, dude, that's kind of what I've been playing. Mostly is just Knockout Tour, Animal Crossing, kind of swapping back and forth. Really just having a ton of fun with the Switch too. So yeah, um, dude, I think we got one more. It's been a marathon kind of episode,
A little
guys,
bit.
but in theory, we have a question to ask each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then going forward, like I was saying, it'd be cool if we get some questions for you guys, the listeners, that we could answer on the show. If not, we'll just keep going back and forth questions to ourselves,
Yeah.
dude. Uh, do you want to ask your question, or you want me to ask
You
it?
start off. You started off.
Dude, so the question I had for you, I want you to close your
All
eyes
right.
and think back. Think back to a Christmas
Mm.
you really enjoyed. What's your favorite gaming Christmas
Oh,
memory?
easy.
Whether it be like a present you unopened or whatever, I would love to get
Oh,
into it,
easy,
dude.
easy. I don't. So this was, I think, Christmas. Given the games that we got, I think it was Christmas
Okay.
2007 or 2008. I think 2007.
Okay. I
We
can
got
kind of
three
tell where
games
this is
each. It was
going.
like it was like three games between me and my two brothers, right? So it was kind of like each game was for one brother, but obviously we all shared it. I don't even remember
Okay.
what the third game was, but I know the first two were Super Mario Galaxy,
Nice.
generational, right? And then the second game, to me, just as generational. I believe, given the release, I think it was Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Amazing. World, I love it. Like I don't even remember what the third game was. Unfortunately, that third game got overshadowed by those two. But like, just oh, perfect. Like
That's a great Christmas,
just
dude. You
like
get
I
Mario
and
Kart,
those are
dude.
like
Or sorry, Mario
yeah,
Galaxy.
especially like Tenkaichi 3, which is like part of the Sparking franchise. It just had a new release of Sparking Zero, which I did not play because I am a fraud. I must have put, I think, maybe 500 hours into Tenkaichi 3 as a kid. I would just wake up and just play it all day long. And you know what? Not a single minute was wasted. What a just perfect game. I think still probably like the best Dragon Ball game ever made.
Nice, dude. I love it, man. Okay, so the Mario Galaxy. I didn't know this guy was such a Dragon Ball
Oh
head
yeah.
too. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh
Nice, dude. I
yeah.
love it,
I
man.
could
That's a good Christmas right
I
there.
have voice lines from that game like just permanently etched into my brain. Like I can hear the voice lines playing in my head. Like it is, yeah, stuck with me forever.
Nice, dude. It must have been the same year that I got for Christmas. My parents got me the Wii, and it was like that was the year that it was really tough to get. Right,
Yes, the first
everybody
year,
was
like the first year and like year and a
uh,
half after, it was
yeah.
impossible to get.
So I remember my parents, they were so nice. They got a big box filled with like Wii and Wii accessories, like the different shit you like clip on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
Wiimote and
like
all that
plastic
bullshit, right?
garbage that isn't worth anything,
Oh
but it
yeah,
makes it
just
infinitely better.
landfill. Yeah, yeah. So it was a box that was filled with that.
Yeah,
And they did the whole like Christmas story thing to me. Like they're like, "Oh, we couldn't get you
of
a Wii.
course,
What's that? What's that in the
of
closet?
course.
That's
Yeah,
crazy." And then I open it up and it's got the
you
Wii in it with
freak
all the
out.
accessories and
Yeah,
stuff. And it had Guitar Hero 3.
awesome,
I remember
dude.
that Legends of
Yes,
Rock. So you got to put the Wiimote into the guitar, right?
yes, yes,
And yeah, so that was my favorite
dude.
Christmas.
Nice.
It was just the Christmas I got the Wii, dude. It's so sick. So yeah, dude,
I got a question.
you got a
Yeah.
question
Oh, I
for me,
do,
buddy?
and it could be one that you've actually already answered for your comic book fans. This is comic book geared,
Oh,
but
oh,
what? And it can be part of like an ongoing franchise. It could be anything. What would be your dream like comic book adaptation for a video game? You could either do like a
dude.
new adaptation of Spider-Man, something that's never been done
Yeah,
before.
this is a good question, dude. I think for me, and it might be kind of a boring answer, because we're seeing a lot of cool video, like you got the Invincible game coming out and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You got a bunch of cool Marvel games
Mm.
coming out. I think for me, it's got to be the fact that we don't have like a good, honest to God Superman game. It blows my mind that there isn't just the super like in the fact that the Arkham games are out, you can just point to them like, okay, that's the definitive Batman game. Where's that for Superman,
Oh
bro?
man, that
So I
rumor.
don't know if that's kind of what you were going for when you asked me
No,
that,
no,
but that's
that's
the first
exactly
thing I
yeah.
thought
That's
of.
that rumor for the longest time of Rocksteady's fabled Superman game that was just
Oh
never
my
real.
god,
I think for the longest time,
dude.
people thought that was going to be a thing, and I mean,
Yes, dude.
it's
So
kind of crazy.
that's got to be maybe it's a little boring, but yeah,
Ah,
just the fact that there isn't like the definitive Superman game. Like I'm stuck with the N64 flying through rings and shit, and like a side scroller beat. It's like, guys, Superman, guys, come on,
I
what's
think
going
people are
on?
too afraid to
I don't
try.
want to kill him. I don't want to kill him with the Justice, the Suicide
Yeah,
Squad guys. I just want to play as him.
yeah,
Don't you get
yeah.
it, dude?
My answer for this as a comic book adaptation, because I was thinking about it too, you could do this in a lot of different ways, but
Mm-hmm.
I think something that hasn't been done a lot yet, that but it has been done in video games before, but not as a comic book adaptation, would be like a linear detective narrative game. You either got Hellboy or John Constantine.
Right.
I think either of those.
That'd be dope, dude.
They did release like a Hellboy game. I think it was called like
I was gonna
it was
say
like a roguelike
Hellboy.
action game that came out like a year or two ago. I think people weren't
Yeah.
super thrilled about it. I think that
I never gave it a
I
shot. I thought visually it looked
I thought
really
it looked
cool and it kind of
cool.
matched the
I
source
think Lance
material and stuff
Reddick
like that.
voiced
So
him, which is a great choice.
okay.
But I know people
Yeah, yeah.
weren't super big into it. But I think John Constantine is like perfect for a video game, like a linear detective noir video game. I think that's perfect.
Dude, you throw in Detective Chimp, bro.
Yeah,
Now we're
yeah,
cooking,
dude.
man.
Yeah,
Like
you could do a
no,
lot with it. Too. Also, if you pick a character that isn't as popular like Constantine, I think you have a lot more freedom for how you can approach the story as well. Like you got more creative
yeah, no,
liberties.
I'm with you, dude. I think that's a great pick. I think kind of the supernatural like slant that anything Constantine's like involved with the supernatural, people seem to really love it. I feel like as a character, he might not be the most well known, but I feel like once you get to know like a little bit about Constantine, people end up loving him, man. He's just like a surly Brit, constantly chain
If you
smoking.
want, if he's already
Um,
done it before. If you want Keanu Reeves to do the facial capture, you can make it like an unofficial sequel to the original film. Go nuts, man.
dude, I'm here for it, man. I think that's a great. I think it's a great kind of idea.
Yeah,
I'd play it.
I would. Yeah, that sounds sweet. And I think,
At some other point we should like talk about like we should like pitch each other games like with game devs and
oh
stuff like
yeah,
that because I'm like thinking about who would develop a John Constantine game.
yeah.
That might be
I don't know. You're gonna need some anyone
yeah.
who's tackled like any kind of like RPG. I would say the developers of Disco Elysium, but they I don't know if
Oh,
I don't know
oh, they kind of like
I
blew
don't know
up.
if they still exist. I don't know the whole deal with that.
They all hate each other or
I
something like
haven't kept
that.
up with it. Yeah, but
They had like a civil war or something,
some
like an in
something
studio civil
happened. They're
war.
not making it as far as I'm aware, but someone could. Maybe Obsidian. I think
That would be
Obsidian could
cool though.
tackle that.
Obsidian could.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or whoever did Dishonored, that could be cool.
Arcane. Yeah, I think that
Arcane.
could be a good fit for that. They're making Blade game. That's right, aren't they? Aren't they making a Blade game?
Oh, I don't know what's going on
I
with
think.
the Blade game or the Blade movie. I have no
Oh,
clue.
that Blade movie, dude, that's dead as far as I'm aware. That's not to get too into comic books right now. Blade movie is dead. Blade game probably far out from out, but I hope it turns out great because it's like I think it's a perfect idea.
Agreed. Perfect idea, dude. It's got to be a Blade game. Come on, man. But yeah, I think that'll do it. I mean, so we asked the questions, we talked about what we're playing, Switch 2, talked about Summer Game Fest stuff. I think that'll do it. Is that been Memory Card episode number 1? Yeah. I'll throw it to you, Lorenzo. As we do our outros here, you got any special future projects, and where can people find you for those projects?
People can find me at youtube.com/Lorenzo. youtube.com/Lorenzo underscore talks. It's the same handle for my Twitch. If your viewers want to see me be miserable for the ending of Silent Hill 4. Future projects just got a slight spoiler alert, giant review coming
Oh
for
yeah,
Metaphor. I got to
nice.
start writing that soon. Once I complete it, that's probably going to be at least like a 45-minute review. If given how long my FF7 Rebirth review was, we'll see. And then I have another video coming out pretty soon. Going to be working on that. It's just a very introspective, weird video about like identity within games. And whenever you play
Interesting.
a game, what are you as the player? Are you you, or
Ooh,
are you the character? And how
right.
different,
Like, am I role playing or am
yeah, it's like to
I?
what
Yeah,
extent
yeah.
will games carry that forward, and like where is that line drawn? It'll be very just abstract for lack of a better term. So we'll see when that one comes out. But that's my next video I'm working on.
I love it, dude. So yeah, be sure be on the lookout. Lorenzo underscore talks. The links are everywhere, guys. They're on the screen. They're down in the description. Make sure you check them out. As far as future projects for me, make sure you guys check out Color Break, the comic book podcast I do with my good buddy, Comic Book Stash. And yeah, just new comic book videos every single Wednesday. You guys know how it is. I've been Cody Collects. That's been Lorenzo. Thank you guys for watching and read more comics.